Square one. Square one.
You're on mute, Danny.
What up? What up? What up? It is Saturday.
Yeah.
A little past 4:30, but guess what? The gang is all back. The boys are back in town.
Yes,
The
sir.
Fantastic
Yes, sir.
Four are back together one time to give y'all another exciting show. We have Roberto back from his hiatus, being imitating Tiger Woods.
Trying.
We got Chris Knight, Midwestern boy, Anzo Bigger Ford up north, and of course the host, Comic Chat, Southern boy. All four of us here collectively formed the show Square One, and we're here to talk about the NFL and the NBA. How is everyone doing?
I'm doing all right.
I'm good.
Doing all right.
I'm good.
Doing
We're gonna do
good,
something
man.
a little different this week. We usually do our picks at the end of the show, but because of time constraints for two of our panelists, we're gonna do our picks first. Let me go to my phone and pull up the NFL app.
Danny is so well spoken, man.
I appreciate it, bro. Right now, Anzo is in the lead, but I plan on hunting him down like a runaway slave.
His Steelers let me
lead.
down. I chose the Steelers. Yo, what's up with Claypool?
What?
To that, Danny.
I don't know. You want to drop
I don't
him
even know
out?
how to
You want-
No, I just see 0 on him, so I'm like, did he get hurt or something?
Yeah,
Is this
he's
a groin
injured.
issue?
Yeah, he's injured. He got injured last game.
I know that probably wasn't politically correct, man, but me and Anzo, we like talking about that sometimes. So I'm
Talk
sorry.
about what?
I know.
I said you're in the
You're
lead.
all right.
I said, but I'm gonna run you down, hunt you down like a runaway slave.
You did?
It's like, damn, whoa.
I'd hunt you guys down, but if I said that, I'm canceled.
Well, Danny, you know some of them slaves run fast as fuck, right?
No, boy. Remember the episode on Boondocks when that slave? I forgot what they call his name, but that's like that's something like Spider-Man.
I never seen the Boondocks, so you're good there. So I have the final count. I don't know if it's the same as you, Danny, if you have the final count, but so far you are 29-19. Chris is
500 is going to get announced. Then
Chris is yes, absolutely. Chris is 28-20. I am 34-14, and Roberto is 25-24.
Oh. I'm actually above 500.
What am I?
That's a good start, man.
Yes, you are. You are 28-20.
I don't think the standings are any different here than they are in our fantasy.
Yeah, I'm running away with this stuff, guys. Like
either
it's
Danny
just...
loves my score or he's a mannequin. Oh shit.
Danny froze. Yeah, 48 and
this year sucks for me, people. This year sucks hard. I can't pick anything. I've been given a really sad team to work with. I have nothing to look forward on Sundays. This is why I'm playing golf, man.
Sorry, Roberto. No, this is not right.
Well, wait, I see somebody talking some foolishness up in the comments there.
Already?
Sorry, King David, what's that? Cowboys going to the playoffs? We're only week 3, man. Week
Cowboys
4.
going to the playoffs? Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Listen, they look good. I won't lie, because you know I'm a bigger hater of the Cowboys than Stephen A. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the same agreement as to why. It's their fans, not the team. So I'll say the team looks good. But let's see what happens when Kryptonite season comes around. You guys know what I'm talking about. December, late November. Let's see how the Cowboys look.
It isn't their fans, Roberto. They don't have fans. They got people that call themselves Cowboy fans because they can't find another damn team to root. I hate the fact that you can be like in Hawaii and a Cowboy fan be there and be like, well, "Why do you like the Cowboys?"
Yeah, they reflect back to depending on their age, they go back to the 70s or
Sorry,
yeah, it's like,
the
hey,
90s.
Roberto, you are 25 and 23. Sorry about that.
Every time you
and
do a
what am I?
score, I'm getting better. Look at that.
28 and 20.
So Mr.
And what's
Knight's 3
Danny?
ahead of me, huh?
Danny is 29 and 19, and I am 34 and 14. So I am shooting ahead of you guys. Yo, my picks have been
Yo, you're
fire.
lucky. You're lucky. You're
You're only
lucky
one
in the
more game
pool,
ahead of
and
where
you're
you
lucky
were.
over here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how
You
you're making
gained
these
the game.
picks, but man, 2 weeks in a row, the games were fucked up. The sure picks didn't win. I knew that, but the way you spoke to me, I'm like, well, why isn't he upset like I am?
Because I
So
only
what's going
lost.
on?
I
You
only
did,
lost Seattle, Tampa Bay, KC, and Pittsburgh. So I only lost those games,
I
right?
lost 3 of those 4 you mentioned.
Yeah, but you also had
I took Washington, yeah, so.
Yeah, you took Washington. You also took the
I bet
Pats,
against Dallas, that's right.
and you also took the Pats too, right? Then you took Philly, you took 49ers. So those are the games that hurt you.
That's not last week, was it?
Yeah, that
That
was
was
last
2
week.
weeks ago, no?
No, that was last week. That was last week.
Well, you know what? I'm looking at this week's schedule. I think I have a chance to make some gains because I know here there's a lot of toss-ups in this week. A lot of toss-ups, man.
Bro, even last week when I was doing my picks, I was like, holy cow, what games
This
are
week's
these,
worse,
man?
dog. This week is worse.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it. I don't know if I even want to look at it. So I'll wait
I'm
until
looking at it right now, and I'm
Danny gives
saying
up those picks, and I'll be like, okay, we'll see.
I'm choosing the opposite of Mr. Knight. I need to make some ground.
Yeah, and in the fantasy too. I see Danny posted the picture
You believe that shit? How long I'm in this league, I never saw that for. And he's telling me he's not showing off? Come on, man. Come on, man.
That was funny.
I was like, no, he didn't. He sent me a picture on my messenger. Like, I didn't see that fucking thing when I opened up Yahoo Sports.
You know?
It's okay, Dad. Have your fun.
Danny just had to make sure. He's like, yeah, because when we were doing the week, he's like, hey, I'm beating Roberto, so I'm happy about that, you know?
Bonanzo, I'm always fucking lighting up that league. You know it. I'm always topping points. How many have I won?
Good.
Yeah.
So now I gotta
I'm
come
the
with
one
some
top.
strategy, looking
Right.
up. Gotta
Right.
climb that
now,
ladder, just make the playoffs. And then I'll send a picture to Danny come that time. Hopefully, if the football gods allow it to happen, I'm gonna send a picture to Danny. Nothing. Just a picture. Just a picture. Right, Danny?
I lost power for some reason, but now I seem to be back.
Howard came in just in time.
You already started?
No. We're just talking some shit about our fantasy league.
Yeah, I love y'all fantasy because my American fans, it takes for every rushing yard running back makes here is 0.1. Like, what the fuck? But that's how I won against one of my opponents because Ezekiel Elliott did nothing in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
So my fantasy league, I won by 1 point. I was like, thank you, Lord.
Bro, I was playing Roberto. I was playing your brother, right? Mm-hmm. And he had Amari Cooper, and I'm just like, he was 8 points behind me, and I'm like, there's no way Amari Cooper doesn't get 8 points, and he didn't. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I won this week because last week I should not have won.
You believe that shit?
Oh, that's crazy. All right,
it's like, ready for go ahead, Dad.
I understand. We ready for the start?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sunday game, 1 o'clock. Panthers versus the Cowboys.
You know where I am. Like I said, 500 with the Cowboys. 500.
I'm taking Dallas.
Only reason I'm going to Cowboys because McCaffrey's
nice.
Exactly.
I got Carolina, Danny.
Okay. I got you.
Carolina.
We got you. So that's where you're hoping you can get a.
Hey, listen, it'll be fucking Christmas if Dallas
Hey,
loses. Not
McCaffrey
only am I happy because they lost, I gained one on Mr. Knight.
and
That's
McCaffrey
how
only
No.
got like
strategy.
3 points. I think he's injured, right? So
He'll be
Who?
out for like another 2 or 3 weeks.
Who's
McCaffrey,
that?
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. It's okay.
All right,
It's okay.
Chiefs versus the Eagles.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs as well.
Go ahead, Roberto. Pick Eagles. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. That's not where I'm going to gain on you, Chris.
So
I got the
KC,
Chiefs too. Yeah. Nice try, Chris.
smart move.
Now you had 4 on me, huh?
Titans versus the Jets. I'm going with
Titans.
Tennessee.
Go ahead. Jets are hot, man. Pick the Jets.
Tennessee. No, come on. I said Titans first, yo. No way.
And I know I'm picking the Jets. They got smoked last week.
The Giants versus the Saints.
New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Saints.
Oh, that's Saints. Browns versus the Vikings. I'm going with the Browns.
Browns.
That's going all around.
You said Browns too, Roberto?
Yes, sir.
Vikes played pretty good last week, though, but
Yeah, they did.
They did. He hasn't thrown a pick yet, Cousins.
Lions versus the Bears.
That's a tough one.
I'm
going Bears.
I'm going with the Lions.
Chris?
Go ahead, Roberto.
Oh, look at that. I hear you. Fair game. I'm not going to follow you all day because that would be too easy, right? I think this guy's playing for his job. As Detroit looks good all 3 weeks, I have to go with Chicago because that guy's playing for his job, man.
All right. Chris?
I tell you this: if Chicago wins that game, I ain't picking them again.
You're muted, Chris.
Yeah. But who's QB in that game?
Where is it at? Is it?
It's in Chicago.
God, I'm gonna go Detroit.
Good.
Texans versus the Bills, and it's at the Bills.
Bills
as well.
Make it 4.
Colts versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Yeah, I'm going with the Colts.
All right. Chris?
Miami's disappointed.
Hold on. I'm going through the area. All right. The Colts versus the Dolphins.
Yeah, in Miami.
All right, hold on. All right, say that again.
Colts versus the Dolphins in Miami.
Sorry, no, I'm in a patchy area. That's why.
Okay.
Good Colts.
You got Colts too?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Washington versus Atlanta.
Oh, Danny, you got a $2 super chat. Oh my God, this one is fucked.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm a
Don't jump so fast, Sonzo. Hold on, think about it. Me, it's the love. As much as you with your Steelers, it's me with Washington. They have to. Their defense has to turn it around.
Who are they playing again?
Falcons.
Atlanta.
Oh my God. Hold on. I gotta check something real quick.
They're playing in Atlanta.
You know what I got there,
my
right?
God.
I'm going with Washington.
Washington. They're both 1-1.
1-2.
1-2.
Yeah, 1-2. I mean, man. Falcons had a pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go with you guys. I'm gonna take Washington for the first time ever.
Chris.
Washington.
Next one, Seahawks and 49ers. They're playing in San Francisco.
That's a tough one, yo. That's a tough one.
I'm going with my heart, not my head. I'm going with
Me
Seattle.
too. I'm going with my head, and I'm taking the 49ers.
49ers for Roberto. All right.
I'm taking Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Mr. Knight,
Did you take Danny?
I took Seattle.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook.
I'll go with Seattle.
Nice.
You seen the super chat there, Danny?
I see it. G Major, $2 super chat. Thank you, boss. I appreciate it. Lions, you test too, baby. I picked the Lions. Me and Chris did.
Yeah, Lions are test tube babies. I agree with you, G Major.
Cardinals versus the Rams. Woo! I gotta go with the Rams.
Who?
I'm going with the Rams too. To be
Cardinals
honest with
versus the Rams. They're playing at LA.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams too.
Rams.
That right there might be a Super Bowl contender right there, buddy.
Yep.
For the NFC, yeah.
Did you see the way they destroyed Tampa Bay, bro?
That might be the new king.
I didn't know what I was talking about last week, did I?
Whatever. Shut up, Chris.
A broken clock is right twice a day, bro.
You know.
I didn't know what I was talking about last week, did I? Mister.
I took the Rams too.
Okay.
Chris.
You picked them.
I took the Rams too, yo, and I said I took the Rams too. But my comeback to that was Brady just knows he just needs to make the playoffs. He's got the same mentality as me. Just make the playoffs, and then we'll see who's standing last.
That if the Rams defense keeps playing this way, they're going to be a tough team.
Yeah,
all right, save it for the talk. That's a discussion question. Save it for the talk.
Okay. Sorry.
All right, Steelers versus Packers.
Packers.
Packers too, buddy. Sorry. Packers.
Packers.
Think about that one.
I do not trust Pittsburgh, buddy.
He's going to pick them.
No, I'm going with Green Bay.
I can't believe it. Clip this, Chris. Ravens versus the Broncos. Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
The Broncos is 3-0. Shit.
But they haven't played anybody yet.
And they playing in Mile High Stadium where people have a hard time breathing up there.
I'm going with Denver.
But you got to remember, Denver beat the Jets and the Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm going with Denver.
I'm taking Baltimore.
Ravens haven't shown me anything really much that they're okay, but I think Denver's on point. You're taking Baltimore, Roberto?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm taking
Denver.
Broncos.
Denver. Oh, a lot of different picks, Roberto. You might be able to catch up if your picks come true.
Hey, I'm not the one who's going to be mostly wrong all the time.
This is the game. This is the game of the week here, buddy.
Yes, it is.
Buccaneers versus the Patriots.
This is a no-brainer, but it could be a
I'm going with the Bucks.
teaser.
I think Tom Brady gonna have something to prove.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going with the Bucks, hands down.
No doubt. I think the Monday night game's harder to call.
Bucks are going to get this game because here's the thing. Right now, anytime he goes back to New England, it's about him versus.
Yeah, you love talking about discussion questions before it's time to talk about discussion questions, don't you?
And I just want to say,
I don't know what the questions are. I'm just making conversation.
Don't make conversations after the games. Yeah,
I
just want to discuss.
Danny, I just want to say for the record, I only took Green Bay because everybody else did. I really, in my heart, want to take the Steelers, but I don't want to lose that lead I have.
Take the Steelers, then.
No, I'm good.
Raiders versus the Chargers.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I'm going with Raiders. Raiders.
LV, I'm going with the Chargers.
Chris?
Raiders.
They're playing at the Chargers.
Raiders.
Roberto?
I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Chargers. Okay, that's it. It is set. All right,
That's all the games.
that's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Yeah,
13, 14,
16.
15, 16.
Mm.
All right, we're going to get into the show. I think these questions we're going to like because we've already kind of dipped into one or two of them inadvertently. So, first question is going to be an NBA question. Man, where I pulled it? Well, gotta find. Okay, there we go. Stephen A. Max Kellerman. Just had a recent article I read. Since Max Kellerman has left, First Take, which is the number one flagship show of the show, has dropped to third place. Do you think Stephen A. put his foot in his mouth? Do you think that he's gonna say, "Oh, maybe I made a mistake"? Do you think this can be repaired? Do you think he can get back to the top spot? What are your thoughts? Anybody that want to go first?
So wait. Their show dropped to third since.
Yes. Get Up, and there's
Ooh.
another one. Something politely or something. I can't think of the name. I should have wrote it down. But Get Up is first, and I can't think of the other one. And First Take is now in third place.
Who hosts Get Up?
Greenberg, and you have different guests on there sometimes.
Okay.
You see?
One.
First Take was number one for years, but after Max left because of Stephen A's request, it has dropped.
That was Stephen A's request. I never heard that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought
Stephen
Max
A.
just wanted to pursue his own show.
Stephen A. said that there was not the correct chemistry, and
he's crazy.
He's been asking for the past 3 years, in fact, for Max to get off, and it finally happened this year.
You know who they remind me of? They remind me of a younger version of Pardon the Interruption.
That's what's second place now.
That's second place.
I love Pardon the Interruption. You need that. You need that. Now it looks like Stephen A. wants to take all of the trashing that Max used to take because he felt that Max was probably getting too much attention because everybody was trashing him. You know what I mean?
To just give you a little bit of background behind it, it was saying that Stephen A. What was the name of that show you just said? Pardon me?
Pardon the Interruption?
Pardon the Interruption.
They said they had the same consistent the guys on there. Every now and then, like one sick or on vacation or something, they have a guest. But they keep that chemistry, and that's what people are used to. Stephen A. and Skip had it, but people were saying now that Skip was really the main draw. Stephen A. once he got Max, kind of maintained that, but after Max left and the way it was done, it's leaving a sour taste in people's mouth. So, having said all that, what do you think? Because Stephen A. fix? Because right now he got a different set of people. Mondays is Michael Irvin, and he got a different lineup each day. And Michael Irvin. So go ahead.
Hold on, just a second. I'm gonna run inside, and I'll jump on for a minute.
Go ahead, Roberto.
I think he fucked up.
Facts.
I love the show because of the two of them. I love the fact that Max was willing to go on the limb sometimes, even though I didn't necessarily agree with him all the time. His points were valid and arguable. Now I just feel like Stephen A. wants all the fucking glory, and everybody that comes on there is constantly trashing. It's like the world against Stephen A. That's what the show should be called. Because I watch it almost every morning, Danny. You know?
I like Stephen A.
In all honesty, it's not the same.
Yeah, I like Stephen A. But based on me, I think me and Alonzo, we discussed this maybe 2 episodes ago, and I think I sent him the clip. It's pretty much saying that Stephen A. felt kind of intimidated because Max was like he got this, high level degree from Cambridge or somewhere. And highly intelligent guy. In fact, T.O. said at one time that Max was blacker than Stephen A.
Yeah.
And that he was pissed off on that. That's still on YouTube to this day. And also saying that how Stephen A. didn't like Max's attitude. I'm the most intelligent guy in the room, which Max is intelligent. And he did, and I always say this kind of jokingly, but it's true. Man, he used $50 words. So the words that Max would use, man, you got to look up a dictionary at thesaurus. And I guess Stephen A. was used to having that because he would say all these kind of words too, but he's not.
That's funny because you're saying that. because one of the guys from NFL Live, you know, the guy with the big hands and the small head.
Talking about
He
Swagoo.
was a quarterback. No, the white guy.
Quarterback. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
You ever see the size of that guy's hands?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh my god! And his head is so small. But he's a guest on the show, and he was making fun of the words that Stephen A. chooses to use, and he even threw nutritious in there, you know, as one of these big words. So it's still funny that you mentioned that, you know, Max Kellerman is the highly educated guy using all these big words, and now they're making, not even a week ago, they're making reference to Stephen A. using big words.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. I don't look at the show for that. I look at the show for entertainment, not soap opera shit.
Exactly.
And you see, the thing is, right? Stephen A. has been on the Breakfast Club twice since this happened. And all he ever talks about is, yeah, man, I'm number one. My show's number one. We've been number one for this and that. And now that it's not, yeah, bro, you stuck your foot in your mouth. You talk too much shit, right? People were not coming in for you. This is what he thinks. He get this cocky attitude to think that the show is me. They're coming to watch me. No, they're coming to watch sports talk. Not you, not Max. They're coming to watch the chemistry and the things you guys talk about. But you up in your pedestal thinking you number one and you the best. Well, now you're getting a dose of reality, brother.
But I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know how many times it airs in the States, Danny, but when Max and Stephen A. were doing it, I think it was on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
Going every day.
Now that Max is gone, it's on every day, 12 to 2. Every day.
I don't know about...
Yeah, because I was watching it on. So I'm a huge fan of First Take.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, that's the thing, right? Because I have my box and stuff, I get it every day.
Yeah. Okay, but on TSN, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Since Max is gone, that show is a fixed scheduled show now. It's on every day, no matter what.
He's the highest paid sportscaster in ESPN. He makes
they make reference to
a little over $12 million.
All the houses he owns and shit.
But I think what it was saying, just because he's the highest paid, he think he was the best. That's not necessarily the case. Yep.
I thought they were a great team. That's sad. And you know what's even sadder? I didn't even know because I was watching Max Kellerman's show. What's it called? Justin or something like that?
It's one with him and Keyshawn and what's the basketball player name? I can't think of his name. But he hosts a show, and Keyshawn.
He has his own show.
Yeah, but they got two other guys in there. It's Keyshawn.
No, it's just him, and he brings on guests.
Oh, I ain't seen that.
It's just his show. That's why I thought he left to pursue his own career. You know.
No, he got a show, but that's with Keyshawn. Damn.
Where did that beef come out, Danny? That's actually what happened. Because
that's about 2 weeks old now.
Really, huh?
But before Max went off, Stephen A. like he had some kind of illness or sickness, and like the last 2 weeks the Max was on there, he wasn't on there because if you go back and watch, he'd be saying, right. "Man, you get on my nerves. You just So he's been verbally abusing Max for a minute, but when Max said goodbye, the story broke the next day, and when he went on, like Anzo said, 97.5, whatever that show at the Breakfast Club, he said it. He said, we did not have good chemistry, in my opinion, and it's my job to make sure chemistry stays on point. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to be the anchor of the show, and I'm going to invite different people. On Monday, it's him and Michael Irvin, which is kind of comical because Michael Irvin is not a good sports.
He's all right, but he's all Cowboys.
Yeah, he all Cowboys.
And then he has Keyshawn Johnson, all Cowboys. And then he has Swagoo, all Cowboys. It's all Cowboys almost all week. Mm-hmm. The only guy that isn't all Cowboys is who he has on Friday, which is Tebow. And I think on Thursday he has
Ryan Clark.
That guy with the big hands. Oh, it's Ryan Clark. So it's not even the guy with the big hands.
Yeah, Ryan Clark, I think, from a Green Bay Packer wide receiver, if I'm mistaken.
He played with Pittsburgh too, no?
Yeah. So he's trying different things, but he's getting criticized for it. But I'm trying to wait for Chris, but we about to jump to the next topic.
Especially how much he cuts that girl off. Oh my God.
Yeah. Marley, good God.
Poor Molly, man. I feel for this girl. They have no respect for her as a host, man.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like Molly because
Was
her job is to keep them going and keep them on track, not to be injecting her opinion.
wasn't it you that sent me the video, Danny, where he went off on her?
Yeah, they got clips of
Oh
what
no, it was Skip. Skip went
Molly's
off.
when Molly's interrupting them
Mm-hmm.
because her job as moderator is to make sure that they stay on topic and don't get too far off track and make sure that they go to commercial breaks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not her job to be interjecting her opinions about the game into it. But they had an issue with that too.
Yes,
Maybe
because
she got a promotion because she does it a lot now.
Yeah, she does.
yeah, it was Skip. Sorry, I think you sent me a video of Skip going off on the chick that goes on his show.
Yeah. Tom Brady, the GOAT. Cowboys going to the playoffs. Okay.
I'll give you the playoffs. Cowboys are
Yeah.
going to the playoffs. I'll give you that.
We won't get past the first round, I don't think. If history holds true. If history doesn't hold true, then they may do something. Because they look, but Cowboys in the past, how many times has Cowboys fooled us? They come out
Many
guns
times.
are blazing.
That's what they did the same
Then
thing.
when they run into that buzzsaw, or like what Stephen A. say, whatever can go wrong, will go wrong, does go wrong with
November,
Dallas.
December.
Yeah.
November, December.
So
That's when I say the kryptonite comes out and they shoot themselves in the foot. 500, baby. That's what I call them. 500.
I want to know their
500
schedule
boys.
in November and December.
You know what they did, Anzo? I know my team is weak. I won't lie. But it's funny how they play Washington 2 times in the end of the season. Ain't that funny, Danny?
Yeah, that's real funny. We were looking at whose schedule we was looking at. They got a real easy. Was it Cleveland?
Cleveland.
And Cleveland. I believe we could find 8 more people that can play Cleveland schedule and be competitive.
Yeah, Cleveland has a really easy schedule, man.
Tony Brown, that's my boy from work. What's up, man?
Hey, what up, Tony? Is that the Raider fan?
That's hey. When Tony get done with his man cave, I'm gonna show y'all a picture.
You see Tony's comment though?
That shit
he
is
said
fire.
The same thing I said. Denver hasn't played anybody. Ravens. I hope he's right. I hope he's right. Because Denver really hasn't played anybody, even though my boy Bridgewater looks very efficient.
Man, Bridgewater's always been known as a game.
Yeah, I don't know why Washington didn't go after him. And in all honesty, Danny, I was hoping they would have got that guy who was playing in Carolina because I just said he was on the wrong team.
No, I want them to go after the bad man next year.
No, that was before.
Oh, next year, if you hear me, Mr. Rogers, please come to Washington.
That'll never happen.
Please. If they throw some money at him.
I think if Snyder sells the team.
I think he wants a championship, so he's not going to go to Washington. He'll probably come to Pittsburgh when Ben retires. You know what I mean?
And you want Aaron Rodgers to come to Pittsburgh? That what you telling me?
No, but I mean, if he does come, if he does come,
no, this show has been very revealing. Alzo did not pick Pittsburgh, and now he's kind of wanting the bad man to come to Pittsburgh. Boy, I'm telling you.
I know it's a mistake not picking Pittsburgh. I know it is 100%. But I like the lead that I have on you guys, and I gotta keep that. And I have too many games that are different right now, so I gotta. But my heart says Pittsburgh's gonna win.
Okay, G Major said Rams, Matthew Stafford. Hey man, Matthew Stafford, he seems to be the right fit for that team, boy.
Facts.
He's the only reason, Danny, that they played on Thanksgiving. And everybody knows that. Stafford and Megatron. Detroit has no business playing any Thanksgiving game because they're nobody to watch.
You're right.
But they'll probably be there Thanksgiving, though.
Doesn't make sense.
I know.
I Love Food says, G Major, what's your channel? What up, G Major? LDG speaking. What's up, man?
What up, LDG?
Austinator speaking.
Austinator.
What's up, bro? Austinator says the Browns are doing pretty good, but so far it's still a little early to tell.
Of course, Austinator's gonna come in here talking this Brown shit. I hear it.
They better keep old boy on the sideline. I don't think he's good for the team. I could be wrong.
Odell Beckham?
I don't. Odell should not be in that lineup.
That defense looks
But
scary.
they may
man.
have to play him now because I
Fuck it.
think Tom Landry is still out, hurt.
Landry is out. I
They
think
destroyed that rookie's mindset. Fuck Cleveland, man. They destroyed that fucking guy in Chicago.
I think you should at least give him a try to see if he's gonna, play team football. But if he doesn't, then you get rid of him.
Yeah.
I know him, and well, I'm not gonna say and who, but they'd be a perfect fit for Pittsburgh next year.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah, I bet they would. Next topic. On the latest edition of Club Shay, Shannon Sharp's YouTube or streaming service or podcast show that he does, he had Mark Jackson, the former head coach of Golden State Warriors. And Mark Jackson has some very good things, interesting things to say. He said in his career, the two best players he ever played against was Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He said he believes those are the only two players that if you got to take a last breath as in your life, those two would play just that hard. He said he wouldn't because the game ain't worth his life. But he said they were just that competitive that if it was like life or death, those two would play and have the confidence that they can win.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe those statements? Do you think that he's exaggerating, or what's your take on that?
I absolutely 100% agree with that because we watched Michael Jordan play that flu game. You know what I mean? And he was extremely dehydrated. You also seen Kobe play with a broken finger, twisted ankle. Like Kobe had that. He wanted to be Jordan. So whatever Jordan did or would have done, Kobe would have done the same thing. So yes, I absolutely 100% agree with that statement.
Roberto.
I'd have to agree as well. I mean, there's some other people you maybe want to add to it, but if it was only down to two and those are the two, I'd have to agree because we had a chance to see these guys play in their prime. A lot of guys didn't, unfortunately, so they can't make that comparison. I know the game has changed, but I'd like to think that the game was a lot tougher back then, I don't know if these guys could take the beatings that those guys took, and I ain't comparing them. But based on what I saw, those would be the two.
Yeah, a lot of cream puffs in this fucking I'm dead ass, bro. A lot of these guys are cream puffs, bro.
You didn't hear they tore up LeBron?
What's that?
Because you didn't hear how they tore up LeBron on the radios because LeBron was on Eli and what's his name show, the Monday Night Show. And they asked him if he could play football. Would he play? And he said, yeah, I would make a great tight end, I had, what's his name in Dallas send me a shirt. And what's his name in New England send me a shirt to be a tight end.
Damn.
Them guys on the radio said, bro, he would get hit once in his legs. He'll never come back to that stadium. You know what I mean? He's getting these fouls lying down on the floor, slapping the floor. These little bump fouls that he gets.
Yeah, he's a cream
that
puff.
Ain't soccer.
Nah, he's a cream puff, bro. Hands down.
I'd love to see this guy in person. Because if I saw him in person, I'd say how a big man like you fall like that, man. You should be running through walls, fuck.
And crying, you know what I mean? Like these guys, they cry too damn much in the NBA now. Back in the day, Jordan took a beating. Even Kobe's taking beatings. You know what I mean?
Just get some clips. Detroit, Chicago. Just get some clips, man. That was football with a basketball, man.
For real.
No. Oh my god.
I agree.
I watch those highlights and I get goosebumps because that was some crazy basketball, man.
Did he talk about him being fired from Golden State though, Danny?
He talked about how he was blacklisted. I didn't get to watch the whole thing because it was like an hour and 30 minutes. But it's the latest one where Shannon Sharp Shannon Sharp has some good conversations on there. But I just saw this 5-minute clip of where he specifically talked about these two. I think it was labeled something like these two guys would take their last breath on the court if need be and stuff.
Absolutely. 100%. I agree with that. I just want to see what he has to say about the Golden State because no matter what anybody says,
Yeah,
was
he
his
put
team.
that team together. Yeah, he
that
put
was
that
his
team together. Steve Kerr benefited from his insight and
absolutely.
So he kind of like he put it together and said, "Here you go."
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Jerry Jones and Switzer or Blitzer, whatever his name was in Dallas. Jimmy Jones built that team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, this topic is pretty controversial. I think I discussed with Anzo briefly. Both of y'all, I sent it to you.
Oh,
Adam Silver and in particular Kyrie Irving. Okay, I was reading an article and the NBA now says if because of the New York mandates and Brooklyn's of course is in New York, you have to have vaccinations or you will be restricted from certain areas. So the NBA has adopted this protocol that if you are a player and you don't have your vaccination shots and you are missing the game because you travel to New York or you play in New York, whatever, and you miss that game, you will be docked that game's pay. Kyrie Irving makes, I think, scheduled to make about $35 million in a certain time frame. Stephen A broke it down. So every game he doesn't play in New York, if he doesn't get a shot, he will miss out on roughly about $450,000 per game.
And that's 45 games, huh?
Every game that he missed, that's how much he gets paid pretty much per game. Out of 80 games of the season, his paycheck is about $450,000 per game. So if he doesn't get that vaccination, and you're right. I don't know how many games they play in New York.
45.
So that's much. That's much. I don't think the damn calculator go that high.
Right. Well,
that's a lot of zeros, man.
$450,000 times 45 games. That's $20.2 million.
How much?
The hell? For what?
If he gets paid $450,000 a game, and he misses 45 games, that comes out to $20,250,000.
Danny, I'd be like, where do I get my shot?
Well, can I get two?
Can I have my shot, please? Yeah,
I have them at the same time. So
ridiculous.
What were you saying, Chris? We're like on the third.
Well, first off, I just wanted to speak on the Stephen A. Smith thing. Okay. It won't take long. He sticks his foot in his mouth all the damn time. He's stupid for trying. I don't understand why he did that. Okay. I have no clue why he even tried to get involved in it. Listen, you can hate the guy, but when you're number one on that list, why fuck with it?
Learn to love.
I think it was ego because, like I said, I sent the article to Anzo. I think we discussed it 2 weeks ago. Number one show, but he felt like the chemistry between him. Max aggravated him, and then he said in the article that I read in the YouTube video I saw, it said Max had the smartest man in the room complex, according to what Stephen A. said, and he didn't like that because Max went to like the Columbia, so one of these Ivy League schools, superior intellect to Steve. Maybe he don't have the contact Steve have in the NBA, but as far as the vocabulary and the vernacular that Stephen A. prides himself on, Max is just as smart, in some cases smarter. I also said to Anzo, man, you got to have a damn thesaurus or dictionary if I can understand some of the conversations they had, because the words was Stephen A. kicking $20 words, Max Kellerman kicking $50 words. So I think that kind of got on Stephen A. nerves. I know one thing when T.O. said that Max was blacker than he was, that pissed Stephen A. off. The fact that Max had a record deal, I think, a hip-hop record deal, he's a rapper. And a lot of times Max be spitting lyrics
Tupac and shit, yeah.
And Stephen A. be like, okay. So I don't know with a combination of all that, but now he looks like the fool in the room because since Max left, he dropped to third. So, our second topic, we'll let you comment on, Chris, real quick, was Club Shay. Shannon Sharp had Mark Jackson on there, the former coach of Golden State Warriors. He was talking that Mark Jackson said that there's only two players he ever played against that he thought was the best, and that it was a life and death situation that these two would die on the basketball court to try and win the game. And he said that was Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And the question I asked was, do you agree with it? Do you believe? And those are the two that were living down the court.
I do.
With that same consensus.
The worst thing, though, I think, and I mean, I think it goes for both of them, and this proves exactly that point. They both looked like crap their last season in the NBA. They were shattered.
Michael, not so much, but Kobe did.
But compared to what Michael used to do, maybe that's what I mean. Compared to how they yeah, it does. But the thing is they didn't see it. Listen, Kobe retired simply out of the fact that he was so much of a competitor and he couldn't play. He didn't want to do that to himself.
Yeah.
Michael tried, and I think, what did he do? Come back for 2 or 3 seasons.
He came back for 2 seasons. I looked him up. He averaged 20 points, better than most players in their prime now.
That's true.
So him at the tail end. I agree with what you're saying. He wasn't a Michael Jordan that we want to see.
But I think that proves a point that Kobe probably should have retired the year before he came back and then retired. He probably knew it in his mind, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. So he played through that season, and I think that's the only reason why he stopped. Michael left the game, and I'm not really gonna make this close of a connection, but kind of like Muhammad Ali, I think Michael Jordan had a couple good more seasons left in him after he retired and then came back. I think he probably could play 1 or 2 more really good seasons, and he left and tried something else. Baseball
what fucked Michael Jordan up was doggone Jerry Krause. He was a dumbass. Yeah. If he would have kept that team together, they could have won at least 2 more championships. I'm confident of that. I know at least one. But he kind of had the Bill Belichick syndrome. Oh, I'm smarter, I'm better, da 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 da. And Chicago ain't been the same since they left. I got a comparison. Are people? A question, not a comparison. But are people? You know how people say that the only reason Heath Ledger won the Oscar was because of
the fact
that he died. Are people putting Kobe up higher now because he died?
In a way, yes, because I remember before people would like to put LeBron ahead of him. You know what I mean? A lot of people were putting LeBron ahead of him. And I think when he died, people started to be like, oh, respect for Kobe. Kobe was the best.
Because they probably saw more of Kobe now because they were showing everything about Kobe,
Okay.
So you're right,
but I still do think Kobe was the second best to Jordan. Like, it's not LeBron, it's Kobe. Kobe had that drive. Kobe had that intensity. Kobe had that I'm not going to lose attitude. You know what I mean?
What's LeBron's nickname, anyways?
The Chosen One?
Or the Chosen One, King. Chosen One? Yeah.
The Chosen One.
I don't know, man. I'd rather be called Mamba. Sounds like I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to kill you. There's no doubt about it. You're getting 100 of me.
Yeah, you just got to go and talk or watch those videos that people that are talked about have playing with Kobe, and right then and there you get the biggest difference.
Man, you see this guy on the bench, man. He's all about the game.
Yeah.
You saw that one when Chris Rock was talking jokes in his ear, man. He didn't even know who the fuck was beside him. He was just staring on that court. I get back out there, yo.
And Matt Barnes took the ball, tried to.
In his face.
He didn't even flinch.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Didn't even flinch, bro. Every time I watch that video, I'm like, yeah, Kobe, you had that dog in you, bro.
You don't fear nothing, boy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the third topic. And I'm going to bring you up to speed, Chris. Adam Silver, the current commissioner of the NBA, made out this decree because it was in direct, I guess, correlation with New York, with they got their certain parameters on what you can do if you're not vaccinated. The NBA now saying, I guess, and especially if you go to travel to New York, there's certain restrictions that you have to adhere to. Being the fact that Brooklyn's in New York, Kyrie Irving is not vaccinated, it's being said that for every game that he missed because he's not vaccinated, he will be docked his pay. Stephen A. said he roughly makes about $450,000 a game. We just added it up by 40 games, and you see how much money it is. A little over $20 million. Do you think it's fair that they're going to this extreme to make an individual take the vaccination when they don't want to, because it's kind of like violating your civil rights and stuff? But of course, you work for the NBA, you can more or less popular the NBA. Or do you think it's and Shaq said that they asked Shaq the question, I watched it before he came on here. What would you do? Shaq said he would fire him, not fire, but trade him, get him out of there because it's a distraction. Kevin Durant is the starter team. He has James Harden. They don't need a third person. The two-man punch is enough to do it with the rebounding. What they have, the currently constructed team, they have enough to be competitive in the championship. So, would you get rid of somebody who's a marquee player like Kyrie Irving because he's more or less standing to his moral grounds, or would you try to work with him? Would you try to convince him? What would you do if you were the general manager?
Well, it depends. I mean, you could trade him, sure, but is that something you want to do? Because you still got to think about your team. Trading a player just because of a stance on something like this. If I'm the NBA and I'm dealing with New York and I am vaccinated, I am all for vaccination. I believe people should get vaccinated. Here's the thing. And I've said this for a while now. If you're done with the masks, you're done with the masks. If you don't believe the mask works, you've already built this up in your head. If he's not going to get it, he's not going to get it probably. As the NBA, they should probably talk to New York and say, listen, if we test him literally every day, if he's given a test every day and we can show that he has not got it, will you let him play? And this is the only exception. Anywhere else he goes, it's up to them. As far as us, it's our building, belongs to us. Will you give us an exemption as long as we take full, I guess you say we take full liability for anything that happens? I mean, there should be some way to do it. I don't know. I'm not really like on the side of the states that are literally having this huge crackdown of you can't do this, you can't do that. You're not helping the problem. There's got to be a better way to go about getting people vaccinated. But listen, I don't think you're going to talk him into it. Yes, that $450 some odd $1,000 a game, sure, that could. But hey, he wouldn't be the first guy that sat on the bench for a season, or didn't show, or in this case, wouldn't be at the arena. Yeah, he may not get the money, but if he's been smart with his money, he probably can suffer a year. I mean, hell, some of us have lived on ramen noodles. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can survive on, grocery store steak. So, I mean, this guy's got money. I mean, don't get me wrong. He has a little bit of leeway to fight this if he wants, but I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things. I'd bring him in. I'd talk to him and say, hey, guys, listen, we need to figure this out. Explain to us exactly why you don't want to get it done. Let's figure out some way to make it work for all of us. But that again, that's the NBA, that's the NFL. These people, their commissioners act like gods. I know this is not technically the NBA fully. This is New York, but I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. But trading a guy just because of this, listen. A year goes by, this is gone, and you traded a guy for one season. And how long is this contract left? How much on this left on this contract?
They're gonna take all that into consideration, man. Because who's gonna buy that high contract?
Well, he just signed 2 years ago or a year ago when they all came there, right? So he probably has a maybe 4 or 5 year contract there. I'm gonna say this, man, and I get it. You don't want to get the shot. I get it. But when it's messing up your livelihood, when it's messing up your money, you know what I mean? Go and do that shit, bro. Just get the shot, man. You know what I mean? Do your research, whatever you want to do, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's about your money and making a living. Not only that, is you are letting your teammates down. NBA teams, you're supposed to be like a family or whatever. Kevin Durant and you spoke to each other to go team up to do this. Then you got Harden and you have a chance to win a championship. If that's what's most important to you, then you do what you have to do to win that championship and you don't let your teammates down, man. So I think he should get it. I think if he doesn't get it, Yeah, you can trade him. But
let me give you this hypothetical, Hanzo. Let's say the four of us on some kind of bobsledding team, and the three of us take it, but you strongly disagree with it because of your beliefs. So you want us to get rid of you?
No. What I'm saying is he should do it. I'm saying he should take the shot. I'm saying he should put his pride aside, right? And say, listen, I know I don't want to, you guys know I don't want to do this, but I don't want to let the team down. You know what I mean? We've been building for something for so long. You all want championships, and I know I can be a piece to help you win a championship. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to do what I have to do. You know what I mean? And I was going to say, if they do trade him, and this is the thing, if they start talking about trade him, are you going to get value for him? Right? He has a high contract. He's older. Will you get value for him?
We'll take him at the Lakers. Yeah,
we'll take him in Toronto.
We'll take him in San Antonio. I'll tell you that.
But you know where he'd go? If he
Clippers.
I don't think he'd work there.
Where?
Golden State.
No, I think he would fit in better with the Clippers.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you know, him,
but you guys are talking about California. California's got some crazy shit like this too, dude.
I don't think like that though. New York,
yeah, California and New York.
Tripping.
California and New York State.
I mean, here's
my
the thing.
What you think, Roberto?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll let you go quickly.
What I was going to say is the thing that held me back from getting my shots right away wasn't necessarily because I didn't believe in the virus or I didn't believe or I thought there was a chip in the vaccine and stuff like that. It was a lot of conflicting information. I don't know if he heard the entire rule base around this whole COVID thing with California and New York, and something doesn't make sense. Now, if he were to say, listen, you guys get this straight. I can't play in my home arena if I don't get my shots, but I can play in California. And Wiggins can't play in California, but he can play in New York. Why don't you guys worry about that and settle that shit before you start worrying about me taking my shot? Because I know we played in a bubble and everything was controlled. Like Chris said, check my shit every day. And if anything's conflicting, put me aside and I'll deal with my loss of pay. But it doesn't make sense that everything... No, Anzo, I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense that everything is put on him and no one's really looking at this stupid-ass rule. Because are you saying that if you're not vaccinated in California,
I'm gonna let you talk,
you can't give it to people in New York?
Yeah.
And vice versa? Why can't he play in New York, but he can play in California? Is that a punishment? That doesn't make sense.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying this: like, if you start making special exceptions for him,
no, I don't say make an exception. Let it go as it is. Let him sit out. He's losing all that money that Danny said. This is a job. This is the requirement of the job. If you can't meet the requirements, you don't get paid.
Because Chris said to test him, right? Like, give an exemption and test him. But I'm like, if you do that for him, then you know how much people are going to come out the woodworks and say, well, if you're doing this for Kyrie, then do it for us. And then it's going to be a whole big thing.
The only reason I said that
I added
is because they got to make sense of that stupid rule that they have. So you can't play, but you can play everywhere else, but you can't play in your home arena.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I do agree that it should be testing every day, but here's the thing. What do we do for contractors who go and do large bids for government? If anybody knows this, I'm pretty sure, Danny, you might have this too with your job and also the fact that you do side work. It's called a surety bond. Bonding is to protect people and yourself from situations such as being sued. It's kind of like malpractice insurance for individuals.
LLC.
Yes. So here's what you do. You want to not get it, then you have to pay for your own testing every day. We want to see a negative test.
Sure, he could do that.
Wait. And then you have to give us a surety bond of X amount of dollars. Now, when I say this, people are going to say, oh, you're crazy. Make it 50 million, make it 100 million. listen, you don't have to pay that money up front. But that means that somebody's willing to cover you for so much money. So you think about, okay, if something happens and he's liable, he has to pay out damages or something.
But that don't make no sense. How you gonna get a bond more than what he's gonna earn?
450. Listen, it's not about that. Listen, trust me, I don't make $1 million in a year, and I have $1 million surety bond, and I have $1 million insurance for when I go out, when my DJs go out and do work, or when I go out and do it. It's not because I make that much. It's because I have to have that as a liability for myself. They don't care how much you make. It's about, yes, if something happens and he's found liable of this, we're going to cover damages. And then he's out because they're not going to do it again. Okay, that's fine. Whatever it is. But you set that number and you say, fine. And then he alone, and this is not on the team, this is not on the NBA. The NBA says, we're washing our hands clean of this. New York's washing his hands clean of this. He's on his own. If you go out there and you can handle $1 million, $2 million, whatever surety bond, maybe put that in the rules. I don't know. Okay. I'm not saying do it just for him, but New York needs to consider the fact that there are some people like this. I'm of the mind that he just needs to get it. I mean, listen, folks, you may have heard all sorts of crazy stories about this, but and I know I heard Roberto say something about the like a chip in the shot. I heard a doctor nix that really quick. The easiest way you can nix that is everybody's got a phone. It's much easier to put a tracking device or some way to figure out everything about you in your phone than it is in a shot that puts it in your arm.
But is that the reason why he doesn't want to get it?
I don't know.
Though?
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe he needs, if he has a legitimate reason.
Yeah.
If he has a legitimate reason, he needs to come out and say it. I don't know what his reasoning is for it, but I'm of the mind he just needs to get it and take this away from the team thinking about it. Because if he's not there, they're going to be thinking about it. If he is there and he's got the shot, it won't matter. He's playing. Done. So,
what do you think, Danny?
I think I'd be taking that shot. That ain't no question.
Yeah.
20 million.
You might want to mute Roberto for a bit.
What's that?
Oh no, because we could hear you in the background, so I thought you were doing something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was telling Danny to just mute you till you're ready.
Trying to kill the sound effect here.
Next topic. If we kind of limit to our time.
Oh, God.
Richard Sherman is now going to Tampa Bay. He said one of the main reasons because he received that call from someone named Mr. Brady. He said that's a call that you don't turn down. He said that he's ready to go there and that he and Tom Brady are made out of the same cloth. They have that dog in them, and he thinks he's going to be a perfect fit for Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense as is currently constructed. So, do you think Richard Sherman is going to make a difference? What do you think, or what are you give a damn one way or the other or not? Whoever wants to go first.
See, this is the shit I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I get it. Football. He's been out for what, a year now? Or has he been still playing on San Francisco?
Apparently, he must have beat that rap because didn't they call 911 on him and his wife said he was acting crazy and he's arrested?
Yeah.
He must have gotten that taken care of. I think he was out due to that incident, which happened maybe a month or so ago now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think this is the bullshit, stockpiling on players, great players to build some kind of fucking super team to make.
You talking about the Lakers?
Yes, I could be. I could be.
I thought that's where you were going.
I could be. Well, I'm making a comparison to the Lakers.
I feel you.
I don't think he's as good as he was when he was in Seattle, but he's still a major player on defense, right? He can still shut down a few guys on defense. So yeah, he's going to help them out a lot. When I seen that article, I was like, "Oh, here we go, Lakers."
But then Richard
2.0.
Sherman too. Now he has the reputation of being one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL, but he is a zone cornerback. He is not a man to man. So let's let people, if they don't know the comparison, man to man is like what's his guy name? Well, on the Jets, what was his name? He was like, they call him the Island. God, I can't think of his name. The best cornerback.
Revis?
Yeah, Revis. He was the best. Now, zone is when you got help and you cover a certain particular area. So for those that don't know what the difference is, now he's considered one of the top zone cornerbacks in the NFL. But I think, like he said, certain quarterbacks, they call you, and the commentator said, if Aaron Rodgers call you, if Patrick Mahomes call you, in his day, Big Ben call you, I think Dak may be in there, and of course Tom Brady. If they call you, man, you're gonna take that call if you're a free agent because those quarterbacks have clout.
But is Tom Brady not doing right now what fucking LeBron James has been doing?
Yeah, and what I told you, man, if it's within the rules, I don't care because one day Pittsburgh gonna start doing that. One day Washington gonna start doing that, and when they do that, I can't be here now saying, "Man, that's fucked up." But then when my team doing it, I'm damn on the sideline pumping my fist.
Well, I'm gonna say fuck that until my team starts doing it. Then when my team starts doing it, then I can be like, yeah, you know what, defend it. But until my team gets into that, I'm like, fuck this bullshit, bro.
Yeah, okay. Roberto, right, because go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say because we seen what happened just last week with Tampa Bay. Right, so now you add this guy on defense, and your defense just got a whole lot better. Like some of those plays that the Rams were getting away with, they won't get away with him.
But see how I'm glad you brought that up. See how cutthroat organizations are because who was the quarterback for the Rams last year? He's now in Detroit now.
Goff.
Yeah. They picked Goff, man, and he was supposed to be like the next big thing coming, but they said he couldn't get him, and they cut him. They didn't care. They trade him and get an upgrade. So if these organizations have that power, and if they give that power, if they're foolish enough to give that power to the players, then why be mad at the players if they call each other and say, hey, because I'm telling you right now, if I was on a team and Anzo used the best point guard out there, and Roberto was the best power forward, and Chris was the best 3-point shooter, and we boys, guess what? Hey, man.
Where do I sign?
Let's get together and let's go ahead and take care of this thing. You wouldn't do that?
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Okay.
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Okay.
But when I'm not involved in the situation, then it's bullshit. Like I'm not gonna.
But I didn't know Sherman and Brady were boys. Like
they weren't.
Never played together.
Hey, Brady knows who can play.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
it. He knows
but
what he needs.
Brady's hoping that he could be an old man and still hold his own like him.
Man, Brady,
like you said, he used to play.
Right.
I don't know if he held any reference to the last 2-3 years. I don't know if he even played. So, I mean, his name holds ground. I won't lie.
Yeah.
He frees up some other guys of being pressured because they might be afraid to throw the ball where Sherman is now because of his reputation. But it has to be proven.
Legion of Boom got Sherman on the map.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And now he's kind of
being a captain.
You got to prove himself now, though, because it's been, 4 or 5 years past Legion of Boom. So he did nothing in Washington.
Right.
And I forgot he did nothing in San Francisco. So he has to come here and prove himself. Because guess what? No matter how
he did a bit in San Fran.
No matter how good he is, Brady can't make him look good when he on the defense.
No, I agree. And I always thought he was a little bit overrated anyways. You know what I mean? I really did. But he had a couple of good seasons from what I remember when he was with the Legion of Boom. But after that.
But they had shit, when you got 4 or 5 of the studs, everybody looked good. Shit. Aquaman looked good when Superman and Batman around. But when he by himself, can he do something?
Well, yeah, the Aquaman movie was fire. So yeah.
I'm talking about like in a fight. You're gonna be a little bit suffer. You got that Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, but when you by yourself.
No, I feel
one thing that I gotta say about this, and the Chiefs just picked up a wide receiver, so I'm not just excluding the Chiefs out of this, I'm talking about teams in general, is
Who did
when
the Chiefs pick up?
oh God, shoot,
I wonder if he could be added to my phone. Danny, watch it now. And I see you pick up your phone real quick.
No,
What you doing?
I was trying to find out who they added.
Okay, because I'm going to fantasy. I'm like, let me see.
Josh Gordon.
Oh, really?
You can get him.
Well, no, they activated him. I think that
he'll have a funny letter in 3 weeks next to his name.
Questionable.
You know?
Possible. Anyways, here's the thing. When something doesn't go right for you, for right now, it's the fact that they want an extra wide receiver on the Chiefs. Okay, so they don't have that. What do? We're going to go find somebody. And there's a lot of people high on this guy. We'll find out. I'm not talking about that. But what's funny is look what happened with Tampa Bay last week. The Rams embarrassed them. I'll say embarrassed because I think Tom Brady takes it on his shoulders as we should have done better. And he feels it's an embarrassment. I don't think he's ashamed of it. He just doesn't like losing. We all know that. But look what happened. The next week comes along. We're going to get Sherman. We're going to do this. We're going to do. I don't like the mid-season bullshit. Listen, you started your season off and everybody talks about, we got the right players in the right spot, blah, 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 blah. Listen, unless somebody's hurt, I don't know why we do this. I really don't understand why we let teams do this.
But isn't that a part of your job if you're the captain of the team to evaluate your current talent, and then if you're able to do a situation that can improve it, to do that situation? Isn't that part of your job?
Yeah. There's some truth to that. But there's also some truth that you got to work with what you got.
Yeah, if you have no alternative to get something better, but if you get a mechanism put in place that's legally put in place by the NFL. Why not? You be a fool to be like, I ain't gonna do that because I'm gonna play what I got. You got somebody that could potentially make your team better.
I think all of this shit like this, and like what Anzo talks about with the Lakers and stuff, is that what this kind of perpetuates, what this kind of encourages, is what I think happened in Tampa Bay with Gronkowski. I think Gronkowski sat out a year because him and Tom Brady talked on the offseason, and this is speculation. I'm not saying it's true. I think they sat down and Gronk says, I think I'm done. I'm done with this shit. My back's not feeling great. And Tom probably said, here, I'm gonna let you call my nutritionist. I'm gonna get you hooked up with the right things. I want you to take a year off because I'm gonna be out of here next year. We're gonna find a team together. And I think it perpetuates this thing of just getting everybody you can. Listen, there's no parity in a sport. And you got somebody like Tom Brady, which doesn't matter what I think of him. If you got enough players that think he's the shit, or that, let's say he does cheat, let's say they know he cheats, but they're like, well, but he gets away with it. I know if I go over there, I might get a Super Bowl. Whatever the reason for going over there is, when that happens and you take parity out of a league, and I hate there not being parity, and I say that even as a Chiefs fan. Yes, I'd love to see the Chiefs there every year, but parity makes things better. That team that you didn't expect to be there at the end of the year. And when this stuff happens, I mean, it's like these guys have been out for a minute. Why? Oh, this or that or whatever. And then all of a sudden, oh, look where they're going. Where are they going? The Chiefs. Oh, well, there's a surprise. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, that's a surprise. It's like, of course they're going to go there. They're not going to go to the Jets. They're not going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles, who could use somebody. Yes, is it going to help their record? No, probably not. But those teams have no chance, and yet they're the ones that need it. They're the ones that need somebody that's a better player or something like that, just to try to get better. And when you keep those people down because you let this good old boys club, in a sense, play out, it just takes away from the league being a good product.
I disagree.
We're not going to see Tampa Bay play 17 games a season against another team of equal caliber for 17 games. It doesn't happen. So you get 6 games of Tampa Bay just walking up and down the field, and it gets boring. I'm sorry. I don't care. Yeah, you guys got fantasy league stats,
I
and
was
that's
just
what you're
about to
looking
say
at.
that I have Brady in one of my fantasy leagues, so
But that's
I'll go with
fine.
that.
For that, it's great. But it's not great for the overall fan.
Well,
I think it takes away from the product. That's what I think.
I disagree.
And one thing I will say is football is a little bit different than basketball, right? Because you have so many people on a field, so it's hard to really have a super team. You know what I mean? You could have a couple of good players on a certain position, but to have like an actual super team, that's really hard to do. So we saw what happened with the Rams, and yeah, they need Sherman. So I'm not mad at that pick at all. I'm just like, when does it stop? You know what I mean? When do you stop going for, or when do some of these big guys stop saying, I want to beat this guy, or I want to beat this guy instead of playing with this guy? That's my thing, you know?
I think Perry's a little overrated in some things. And here's the example I'm going to use. Last year in the NBA, Milwaukee Bucks played Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about that shit. But if it was the Lakers versus the Celtics of the old, or Bulls versus the Pistons, or that's Golden State versus Cleveland, it was doggone records was being broken for viewers. Certain football teams, if right now people want to see Tom Brady for two reasons: is he going to get another ring, or is somebody going to finally beat his ass? People want to see. You ask her now. I guarantee you take a poll. More people want to see Tampa Bay versus Kansas City Part 2. And I think that in this schedule, I think some of that controls it, and they kind of navigate who they want to see. Nobody want to see Detroit play fucking who Atlanta. I don't want to see that. I'd rather see Pittsburgh place one of these higher teams at level in the higher echelon of the football team. That's what now the fans may want to see the Jets play fucking Detroit, but nobody else in the damn world want to see that. So parity is good in theory, but for ratings and making money, we want to see certain players on the big game. That's just the way it is.
I can
as bad as Dallas is, how the hell they get to play every Christmas?
Every Thanksgiving.
Detroit, every Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, really, nobody want to. But it's so-called American
tradition.
Want to see it.
I can agree with you right there, Danny. But I'm more like I would rather see two crappy teams and have a good game than to watch two good teams and one getting blown out. You know what I mean?
So I used to argue this with my father. My father used to say, is the game you're watching between two crappy teams really good, or is it just two crappy teams that because of their level makes it look good?
Yeah.
And there is something to be said about that. But I want parity. Trust me, if every year you have an NFC team that is the team, Tampa Bay right now. Let's say in the AFC it's the Chiefs, which right now there'd be some argument maybe, but I digress on that.
The numbers prove otherwise.
But if Tampa Bay is the number one in the NFC, and let's say the Chiefs are number one in the AFC, if the other 7 teams to go to the playoffs change every year because of something, that's kind of good. I mean, it just to me it is good because you never know when that one team comes through and it's like, holy crap, look at that, and they cause an excitement. I mean,
no, I agree with you because every year those other teams do change though, right?
All right,
like we're gonna see who's gonna get in there this year. It's just the fact that even though those teams change, we always know it's either gonna be Tampa Bay, Kansas City, or something like that that's gonna actually make the Super Bowl, you know.
I gotta run.
All right, Chris.
But you guys got my picks, of course, and
yes.
All right, well, guys, take it easy.
Later, Chris.
Peace. Have a good one.
All right,
take it easy.
All right, tomorrow, if I click on my TV, I can only watch 2 games at a time. I don't have the NFL package. And if on the TV channel I get to see the Lions and the Bears game or the Colts and the Dolphins, I'm gonna be pissed off. Nobody want to watch
something
that
else. I'm watching something else. I won't lie.
Now let me see. That Chiefs and Eagles game. I'll watch that. I'll watch.
Really?
I'll watch.
Before Tom Brady went to New England, we were getting all the New England games up here.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't watch football in the afternoon. I always waited for the evening games.
Brown and Vikings. I would
New
watch
England and the fucking Jets
Mm-hmm.
every afternoon.
Well, I'll say this. The reason why I wouldn't, because Kansas City's gonna run right over the Eagles, so that game would not be appealing to me.
But Pat Mahomes was like must see TV, man. You'd be like, what is he going? What incredible throw he's gonna do now? That's how I look at it.
Yeah, but I would watch the highlights, right? Because I know what would happen in that game, so I would just flip through it. I want a close game, so I would more or less watch. I'd watch Green Bay, Pittsburgh. I'd watch that game. I'd watch the Raiders and Chargers.
Seahawks and 49ers.
Seahawks, 49ers. I'd watch that game too.
I'd probably watch Cardinals and Rams too.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely gonna watch the Bucks and Patriots. That's 8:00 game, so that's gonna be tuned in tomorrow.
There's only 2 or 3 teams, maybe 4 teams that I wouldn't watch. I would watch any other games.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm watching that game because I want to see Brady smoke these guys. You know what I mean? I have Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback, so I would watch that game too. But I wouldn't watch the whole game. If I see them smoking, right, and getting touchdown, then yeah, I'd watch.
I would love to see the Panthers.
Josh, what's up, bro?
Cowboys.
What's up, Josh?
You'd like
That's
to see
what
what?
I would love. The Panthers smoke the Cowboys.
I don't think that's gonna happen though. If they had McCaffrey, I'd be like,
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't. Who thought Seattle would lose? Who thought all these other teams would lose last week?
Yeah, but Seattle really don't have.
On paper, those teams should have lost. You think the Chiefs should have lost? No. I think everybody called Chiefs as soon as they heard their name being mentioned against whoever they were playing. We don't know.
Who'd they play last week? Who'd they lose to again? Baltimore, no?
No, it wasn't Baltimore.
No, they lost to a team they shouldn't have lost to.
Chiefs lost to. Yeah, it was Baltimore. Yeah, it was Baltimore. Because there was a fumble.
No, Chiefs lost to the Chargers.
The Chargers. It was Baltimore the week before.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Baltimore the week before, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That had so much leading up to it because they were putting so much on what's his name to finally beat Mahomes. You're 0-3 against Mahomes. You're a nobody till you beat Mahomes. That's all I was hearing leading up to that game. You don't think that brother was pumped?
Yeah, you're probably right.
He won that game. I don't know if you saw it, but he was Superman. He was Superman. Jumping and throwing it, showing Aaron Rodgers how it's done.
Baltimore against who? Which game you talking about?
When they beat the Chiefs.
Oh, when they beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. Yeah, the rookie fumbled. Yeah, but you still had to score a touchdown to win.
Yeah. I know.
Chiefs defense is very questionable. Very questionable.
Yes, they are. Yes,
if Mahomes doesn't get 31 points, it's a loss.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Next topic. Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid.
Good one.
As we seen last year, they were the juggernaut. I mean, when you instantly saw them on the schedule, you automatically checked the Chiefs to win. But this is the first time I think since Patrick Mahomes been in the building that they lost 2 games in a row. Do you think they're a little bit overconfident? Do you think that they're not as strong as they were last year, which I think they have everybody return, if I'm not mistaken? Mm-hmm. So they should be a better unit since they played together and went to the dance. What do you think is going on now?
I think it's the second time losing 2 in a row. It'll be the first time he loses 3 in a row if he loses tomorrow.
No, I'm saying last week was the first time they lost 2 in a row since he's been there.
No, he's lost 2 in a row before.
Sure?
That's what I heard. It was his second time losing 2 in a row, and if he loses this week, it'll be the first time he's lost 3 in a row.
Okay.
I'll say this. Yeah, I was going to say this. I'm not worried about the team. I think their defense isn't that great, but we knew that from last year. You know what I mean? So that's not changed at all. And I do understand that a lot of the losses are mistakes on Tampa Bay. There was the fumble. He had 2 interceptions, like really bad ones last week. So I'm thinking they just need to fix that stuff up and they'll be fine.
Roberto, what you think, bro?
I think people are taking this sensitive internet life that we live to sports. It's only week 3, man. Week 4.
Right.
You know, we know, football people know that the following year, teams look at tapes and they try and figure out other teams.
That is correct.
Maybe what's his name got comfortable in KC, came with the same game plan, and other teams are ready for it. So now he has to go to the drawing board and change up shit and come new because it's played out now. Everybody figured you out. So do something different because obviously they're getting to Mahomes because we never seen him throw the ball like that before. They thought Aaron Rodgers had the same problem, but Aaron Rodgers missed how long of football with this whole Green Bay shit? Mahomes was at camp that whole time, so he has no excuse.
Yeah.
He has weapons like maybe only 2 or 3 teams have.
You're right about that.
I think Dak Prescott is looking more like Mahomes than Mahomes looks like Mahomes. Did you see that game, Dak Prescott?
Yeah,
There's not a defensive play that the Eagles could have called that could have stopped that ball from going forward. It was fucking sad.
Dak is on a mission. I think he's trying
Dak is a fucking quarterback. I won't lie. I take my hat off to him, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying that.
I misjudged him.
I can't believe I'm saying that, Dan.
Yeah.
We don't make a trade.
It's nasty. It's nasty coming out the mouth, but it's true.
What's that? Sorry, Danny. I heard something. For who?
I don't know. Let me see what you got on your team.
Oh, so what? You don't want Chubb anymore?
Huh?
you don't want Chubb because Hunt had one good game?
No.
It's okay.
No. That's not the reason. But I gotta go look at the numbers real quick.
You have too many good quarterbacks. You see, I learned something too being in this league a while, Alonso. You have too many good quarterbacks. So Dak doesn't hold that same value. If there was a quarterback that you were like borderline with Dak and him, then I would say, yeah, who do you want, Anzo? Who do you want? But now I know you got too much stock in your inventory, bro. That ain't working with me.
Well, I only have
Dak.
Dak is my only backup quarterback, right? But yeah, I could use maybe a third wide receiver or second running back.
Why would you give up your second quarterback, right? Having no other quarterback for a receiver or a running back, knowing that there's nothing left in free agency, really. You're going to pick up.
Because I'm not worried about Patrick Mahomes not making
You see what I'm talking about, Daddy? You see? I just got to talk with Anzo for a minute. The truth will come out, right?
I'm not worried about Patrick Mahomes not making points for me, you know?
I would love to have Dak Prescott, but I know I have to have him for the first 6 weeks to solidify a nice spot up on top. Because after that, he's getting hurt or the team's dropping. Yeah, he has. Yeah. You never saw his team, Danny?
Hey, I give you your
Anzo has an all-star team. Anzo has an all-star team.
Your favorite quarterback?
Ben?
Yeah.
No, I don't need a quarterback, bro. I want a running back or a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think Danny saw your team, huh?
I think he's seen it.
Oh, I studied everybody. My team is bad.
I'm looking at my team and I'm just like, there's a few soft spots in there. Yeah.
Anzo, I'm sorry, but you're being greedy. I have to say that. I looked at your team, and the fact that you didn't do your typical moves at the beginning of the season, this is a full-fledged, strong team you have, and you still want more?
I've been making trades, though. You picked up my fucking Claypool, bro.
Yeah, but you didn't need him because you were so strong. You let go of a Pittsburgh player? I had to do some research. Danny, when I saw Claypool there, I'm like, nobody would have let this go. He had to be with Anzo. He let him go. I didn't even think twice. I don't even think I needed him. I just took him.
Yeah, Claypool, he's not. I mean, he's good, but he doesn't get those points.
Anzo, I did a move just like you maybe 3 seasons ago. I let go of a guy who didn't do what he was supposed to do the previous year. That guy hurt me in the finals. I hope it doesn't happen to you.
No, I'm not.
I hope he comes back to hurt somebody else. Maybe the guy on your left in the finals. So I can post that on his messages. Huh? Claypool took you down, Danny, in the finals. That's what I'm hoping to send.
What were you saying, Danny?
I didn't realize I was in second place.
Yeah, you moved up to second.
Wow.
Only because of me, I helped you.
I appreciate the help, bro.
I got my top players getting 2 and 3 points. How am I going to win a game like that? Ridley,
So did I.
I appreciate all the help
What?
you got. Yeah, all the help you give me, bro. I appreciate it.
You telling me Ridley ain't a good receiver?
Who, for me?
Ridley, for me, I have decent receivers. Jefferson, Ridley.
Yeah, you do.
What's his name in Tampa Bay?
No, but I'm saying
they're doing nothing, man.
No, I'm saying my receiver core last week only got me like 3 points too. It was horrible.
Right now, y'all buddy beating my butt though.
Oh yeah, yeah, but it's just a Monday. Wait till tomorrow's game, Danny.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You'll know by 4 o'clock where you stand.
Yeah, look at my team for last week. I had 30 points from Mahomes. Hopkins got 2 points. Evans 10. Lockett 3. You know what I mean? It was horrible. I was lucky.
Yeah, but usually Lockett is good for 30 points.
Yeah, I was lucky to win that week. So we'll see what happens this week. And then I look at my bench and all these guys that I picked up. I picked up AJ Green. He got 12 points. My Clippers wide receiver, he got 33. I'm thinking about putting him back in there. Swift did pretty well, and Barkley did pretty good last week too.
I need a good tight end, man. Both my tight ends is.
Yeah, that's what I need too, man. I've been trying to get fucking
tight ends are hard.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Gronk from Quentin. He has Quentin and Kittles. Because he has Quentin.
Yeah, Kittles is always hurt. Kittles is hurt again.
He has Kittles and he has Gronk. I'm like, bro.
Also, Kittles is always hurt, man.
Hey, man, I'd take Kittles.
You want a tight end? You need Kelsey. You need that guy Andrews. That guy Andrews for the Ravens. He's the top receiver on Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy Hawkinson for Detroit, he was good for 2 games, but then again, it's Detroit.
Roberto's brother has Kelsey.
My team is sad, man. I have Fant. He's supposed to be good. He doesn't do shit.
I don't even think your brother's playing, bro. I don't even think your brother's playing. I gotta reach out to him and be like, yo.
And he's winning, huh?
Yeah. Well, he almost won last week. Thank God he didn't. But yeah, he's in third.
What's up with the points on defense? Because I don't see defense scoring very much points. Like I had the Rams, they barely got any points.
Let's get to this last topic, then we can go ahead and talk about.
Sure.
Yeah, and then I gotta go. Sorry, I'll stay for the next topic.
Last topic is game of the week, in my opinion. Tom Brady goes back to New England to face his one-time coach, Belichick. Do you think Belichick and his boys got a chance? Also, Gronk is, I read it before I came on the show, that it is a what's the terminology for it? Game time decision whether or not he's going to play. Right now, he's questionable.
I'm going to tell you this, Danny. It's going to be a slaughter, right? If you think that Tom Brady is not going to try to score like crazy in that game, and I don't think he's going to be like wanting to run the ball off. No, he's going to want to score touchdowns.
I guarantee the first play he's going to throw something crazy.
Antonio Brown. Lob pass to Antonio Brown, touchdown. You know what I mean? Then he's going to hit Gronk. You know, hopefully he hits a couple of his other wide receivers for some touchdowns. But I think it's going to be a dominating game for Tampa Bay.
And I think his play is going to be up for him because, man, Tom is doing what he said he's going to do. So his players are going to play, and I feel for Belichick because
they got nobody to stop them. Nobody.
That's like taking your enemy got a gun, and all you got is a fucking knife. You know you ain't gonna fucking win. You still got to fight.
For real.
I hope it's a good game, man. Like Gus said, games in New England, they could be real boring sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that it's not Belichick's mission to just shut Tom down defensively and don't worry about Jones on offense. You know what I mean? Because he can't expect Jones to be Brady. Come on. The guy has no weapons. Zero.
Yeah. I don't think
Brady left for that reason.
I don't think that the players are going to play for Belichick because he's such an asshole based on what we've been told in the past. He's so hard. He's so stern. He's so set in his ways that they're not going to want to play for him. Maybe if
you don't care who you are.
Yeah. So
the credentials don't matter.
Oh, you better believe Belichick's going to be like, I want you to fucking hurt this guy. take out his legs. I don't give a shit. I want him out of this game because Brady's just gonna.
Don't worry, I'll handle the media.
Yeah, yeah. Belichick, did you think it was a dirty play? No, I didn't think it was a dirty play. It was just a heat of the moment type of thing. You know what I mean?
Next week we're in New York.
Yeah, right.
This guy's like, he'll never confess to shit, man.
I want to focus on New York next week. Yeah,
Even if it's the last game of the season, we're focusing on next year.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I think
ask
that's
me no questions. I tell you no lies. That's what you say.
Facts.
Well, shit, it's more like ask me any question. I'm gonna tell you a lie.
That's right. That's the Belichick way. Gentlemen, I got to flex. This was a pleasure.
Yep.
I hope to get back in my office because I already got a shit for being too loud in my gym.
Damn.
So next week, bros, hopefully it rains.
No problem,
right,
brother.
Peace out, my brother. It's a pleasure.
Glad to have you. That was the last topic I had, Anzo. Unless there's anything particularly that you want to discuss or anybody in the chat. We've been on 1 hour and 35 minutes, and we try to get on. We try to give the people 90 minutes, which we have done. So another good one in the books, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, this was fire, man. Some great topics today, man. I was happy for that. So yeah, I don't really think there's anything else that I've noticed or wanted to talk about. I think you covered everything. So yeah.
Those of you in the chat, please catch me and Anzo later on tonight. I think at 8:00 or is it 9?
8:30.
8:30 on Rob's channel. It's not going to be a Storms Live. It's going to be a special edition with me, Anzo, and Rob. We're going to be discussing the movie Venom 2. Let There Be Carnage.
9. Sorry, yeah, 9.
At 9.
Yeah.
In about 3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Then catch us at 11 o'clock on Chris's channel. We're doing the Star Wars. Are you going to be on that too, Anzo?
Oh, no. I didn't even know.
Yeah, he sent out the thing all day.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. On the group thing, the Star Wars.
I'm not in the group,
I thought you were on there.
Nah, I told he was like, you want to do it? And I was like, man.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, catch me then. 11 o'clock on Chris's show. It's called the Star Wars Senate. We will be ranking all 11 Star Wars movies. I don't know how that's going to go. I think we're going to do the first 6, discuss that, and do the last 5 is what the format he told me he's going to try and do. So if you're interested and you're a Star Wars fan, please check us out on Chris Knight's channel. It'll be on with the Chaos Central channel. It's called the Star Wars Senate. I think that comes on maybe once a month where we get together and we discuss certain Star Wars movies, certain Star Wars topics, but from a positive perspective, not negative, like all that hate stuff.
Yeah.
But I know tonight it's going to be we're ranking the top of all 11 Star Wars movies from worst to best.
That's
so,
interesting.
Yep. So having said that, another square one is in the books. Like I said earlier, when we first started, the band was all together today, which I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And until next time, I will see you next week. Peace.
Square one.